Alright everyone, and welcome to another Milk Cast. I am unfortunately going to be casting this one solo, as it is about 2 a.m. in the US right now, and Kaiser Wilhelm has signed off. However, we have an exciting game, and actually, if anyone would like to co-cast this game with me, why don't you go ahead and add Got Milk on the NA server, send me a message, and if you're reading this, you can just start a Skype call and we will get things going. Oh, this Tugger guy. Oh, wait, but no, the spectator has already started. Cancel that. So, it's going to be a lonely time single solo casting this game. But we do see, oh, by the way, the new client, as of the Hecarim patch, you no longer hear the little, I don't even know what they were, drum, cymbals, snares, something, the little, lock-in noises. So everything is a little bit, even more silent and lonely this time because of this new patch. Anyway, only jungle, picking up that Alistair, he did do an excellent job of jungling Alistair. I think it was 2 days ago, instilled fear into his opponent's hearts, and really just snowballed the game with those early ganks. Pre-6, he's just one of the strongest gankers in the game. So we'll see if that is a jungle Alistair pick, or he could be trading it off. We might see a Hecarim pick because Hecarim was just released. I think generally people think he's a little bit weak. Although Guardsman Bob did manage to pick up a pentakill in one of his first few games, he looks like he's he looks like he's a lot of fun, and it looks like he has a deceptively high amount of damage because his Q does deal half damage to creeps. So when you are clearing creeps and you feel like, oh, this is such a weak spell, transitioning into team fights, you realize it actually does quite a significant amount of damage. By the way, I didn't actually go over the picks and bans. I was photoshopping something, a little new, casting sort of something or other for the Milkcast kind of background for the stream. So I didn't go over the picks and bans. They do seem to be relatively solo queue type bans. Shen, Lee Sin, Shaco, Morg, sort of considered top bans in solo queue at the moment. I'm also a big fan of banning Warwick, who we haven't yet seen picked. But also the Fizz ban, I think, may be targeted for Flowers for Algernon, who did a excellent job of playing Fizz in a Reddit in-house 5 game yesterday. And I'm not so sure about that Ziggs ban. It could be targeted towards Caffeine, but I don't know if he is a Fizz player. So right now it looks like the Alistair jungle will be a jungle pick, and I think Caffeine on Gragas and Shreve on Riven, those are two champions who have a pretty good job, who can do a pretty good job of escaping ganks. Gragas' E, I think that's Body Slam, is sort of like a free flash. And then, of course, Riven with her Q, Wind Slash, and E Shield just has like 4 flashes in her kit. So we'll see if the Alistair is able to make as big of an impact as he was in other games. If I just know that sort of the matchup of Cassiopeia against Gragas, Cassiopeia being a ranged caster with a lot of early damage, really can just punish Gragas, who very early in the game, of course, he has his melee auto attack range, and until he can start one-shotting creep waves with his Q, his barrel, I think his explosive cast, he is going to have a lot of trouble, even just staying alive and trying to last hit. A good cast will just always be using both auto attacks, which are a significant source of early game damage, as well as tell Bad Milk to get mumble. He is Argentinian. I don't know if he will. Oops. Do you have mumble yet? You should really download it. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, Cassiopeia, not only with her ranged auto attacks, but also her Q, and if she finds that Q, her E will do a very good job of bullying Gragas in the lane. Let's see, the jungle Nocturne pick is, I think, quite good against Alistair. He has that spell shield, which he can use to block, a component of Alistair's CC. Although if Nocturne does block Alistair's W, his headbutt, Alistair will be standing on top of Nocturne with a pop spell shield and will be able to get a free Q off. So it's almost like a free WQ combo. So let's see, Wukong against Riven up top. I'm not so familiar with that matchup. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I do see a lot of synergy between the Wukong and the Lulu pick. Wukong could use his E to dash into melee range and pop his ulti, knocking them up, and then Lulu can wait a half second or two, pop her ulti onto Wukong, and then kind of just really CC them. Yeah, sorry. It's sort of a double knock-up. And then Alistair, this is a triple knock-up team. Knock-ups, of course, unaffected by tenacity. So if blue team can get that kind of combo off, it could be extremely frightening. Lengthen picking up Kog'Maw. He hasn't had such a great time on AD carry in these past couple of in-house games we've had. The purple team actually has a lot of very experienced players. I know Bad Milk is an excellent AD carry. Caffeine is, I think probably the highest elo of any player in this game. He's sitting around 2K right now. Shreve did a great job of playing Riven the other day, and Lengthen is a newer player, and just doesn't, I think, have the experience to really maybe go against Bad Milk and Sushi in lane. I don't know anything about Looney Mooney on Lulu. I do know that that bot lane, the Janna Triss combo is very powerful early, and they have a heal, an ignite, and an exhaust. So they are just going to be stomping trades, whereas the Lulu has a clairvoyance, which is obviously, it's great for map awareness, but if you are losing a 2v2 fight, if you're just losing those trades, it's not a summoner spell that's really going to help you out in any way. So it'll be interesting to see how the blue team bot lane goes, because they do have Lengthen, who's relatively inexperienced, and they do have Looney Mooney, who I believe, unless it's a Smurf, is also sitting at around 300, 400 normal game wins. So not as experienced as Bad Milk or Sushi, who have thousands and thousands of games of ball played. At any rate, if blue team can find a way to engage, they do have a really great way of engaging team fights with the Wukong, the Lulu, and the Alistair triple knockup. However, on the other side, purple team also has strong engages of their own with Nocturne and Gragas, two abilities which can really just decide a team fight. A good Nocturnal getting right in on the carry, and then Caffeine just dropping a barrel to split them could be very interesting. Also, interesting to note is that the Gragas barrel and the Janna ulti are two huge knockbacks, which can also be used to reset a team fight. Whereas blue team, I guess their counter initiation is quite good. Cassiopeia obviously stuns if the enemy is looking at you, and when a team initiates, generally what they want to do is all charge into the middle of your team, and that of course involves looking at Cassiopeia. So it will set up possibly a very nice Cassiopeia ult, but we'll see how that goes, because they don't have really a good knockback. I think they have the single target Alistair knockback, and the Lulu ulti is also decent at counter engaging and kind of resetting a team fight. The melees on purple team, which is Riven, Nocturne, and potentially Gragas if he goes in for that body slam for damage, that is sort of three melee threat champions that Lulu can knock back. So I don't know. Yeah, okay, good. For a second I thought this kind of post-patch server strain Riot is having maybe screwed up my spectate mode, but no, it looks like we're going into the game. Should be interesting to watch how this all unfolds. There we go. Nice Vandal Gragas skin on Caffeine. Very scary, I'd say. And also, of course, the Bunny Girl ribbon with that carrot. And I think in terms of the skin advantage, it is kind of 2-to-1. Lulu. Oh, but I hate to say it, we have Riot Girl Tristana on Bad Milk, which I like to think counts as a negative skin. Oh, but then again, Alistair has Unchained Alistair. So we have 2 free skins, which kind of are -1 each. So those balance out. And then the skin advantage, I gotta say, it does go to Purple Team. You have the Gragas Vandal skin and Bunny Girl ribbon. And then that Lulu skin, nobody's ever heard of. So Lulu is terrifying to me. If you just look at the way Lulu looks, ugh, scary stuff. So it'll be an interesting game to watch. I love this. I love it when there's a 100 gold lead 2 seconds into the game, because one of the supports started with the bonus gold and one of the supports did not. So it looks like the Janna on Purple Team was able to get 4 wards because of the bonus gold she gets from masteries. Lulu going for 3 wards and 2 pots. No pink wards being picked up by either team, which I think is a little interesting. I am a big fan of picking up that pink ward early on. Janna actually putting down a very early ward in that blue jungle, because they know Alistair, super strong ganker, and if you can clear kind of this river exit and this river exit, and then of course bot lane putting their own ward down, it really, gets rid of a lot of the pressure of the Alistair jungle, because he's not a carry jungle. He's not like Nocturne, who does a significant amount of damage. He carries by putting a ton of CC down early game. So Mr. Sushi putting down that ward at around the Wraith camp will be a very good way of kind of limiting the power of Alistair jungle. They don't have any wards up top, which I think is really where you want them, because Alistair is almost always starting blue and then going for that level 2 gank. He could be going up top for the Riven, or he could be going mid against Gragas. So we'll see how that goes. If I were Sushi, I would have put a ward down. I think here is a very good spot. You can see either exit, unless they really try and hug that brush, or maybe also just here, so you can see also if he tries to go a long way around to gain Riven. But it looks like both junglers starting at blue. We have, of course, the Riven Wukong matchup, which could be interesting to watch. I think both of these are kind of no sustain champs who just really focus on damage. Yeah, you can see Alistair heading straight over to the purple side jungle. I think he's probably going to go around for the kill on Gragas, who just used his headbutt. The pulverize goes down, but oh, and it connects, and that could very well be, there it is, first blood. That jungle Alistair not being picked up by any of the wards, because of course 2 minutes into the game you just don't have one, and Caffeine had just used his body slam to get out of that. Even though, oh wow, and this is bad for him, he also used his flash. Wasn't enough though. Oh sorry, he didn't use body slam. That rah sound Gragas made was a barrel roll. Some pings going down. They know he's in the jungle, but Gerard able to take that red buff. I would back up, buddy. The shield doesn't go down. He doesn't have shield yet. This could be bad, but no, not enough damage coming off of the Alistair. Riven is around to intercept. Oh wow, and a great play from Flowers of Algernon. I did not see that coming up on the map. He is able to pick up a double buff. He's level 3 to Riven's level 2. He could easily kill her, but instead, because Gragas is not on the map for blue, decides very intelligently just to back off. So once again we see Only Jungle with a lot of early action. This time, however, not so much working in his favor. He did lose that blue buff, which Alistar is semi-reliant on to clear camps, but not at all reliant on to gank, and he did pick up those mobility boots instead of a Philosopher's Stone, which does indicate that he's probably interested in continuing these ganks for now. He's just cruising around at 475 move speed. The Janna is on the other team, so he doesn't get to make use of that 3% passive move speed from the Janna passive. He's going straight for the red buff, probably going to just smite this, pick this up, and then maybe see if he can pick up a kill on Caffeine. He's level 4, Caffeine's level 3. Let's see how this goes. He's just waiting for Caffeine to get out, and he's going. He gets the headbutt, he gets the pulverize, and this could be a kill for Flowers. Yep, picks up the kill with that red buff. This is the power of Alistar Jungle. Those mobility boots, he flies out of the jungle at 450 move speed. A kill going down. That heal ignite WE combination from Tristana is a ton of early game magic burst, and it's just not enough for this Kog'Maw to survive. Pings from Purple Team saying that they do know the jungler and the Cassiopeia are coming up. I don't know about this decision from Shreve. You don't want to put it all down on the Alistar because he's not the damage threat. And Shreve forced to flash away at just 200 health. Getting very low. This seems to be another game where Blue Team has the early game lead, and if they start to snowball with that excellent engage of Wukong, Alistar, and Lulu, it could mean trouble for Purple Team late game. Of course, Bad Milk picking up the kill without the help of the jungler on bot lane. It is 35 CS to 25 bot. 19 to 12 CS in the jungle. Top lane is 20 to 23, and Cassiopeia with 27 CS to Gragas' 18. So, and of course she is 3-0 and has the double buffs. She's a full level ahead of Gragas right now, almost hitting level 6. Probably will off the next wave, and if failing that, the wave after next. Cassiopeia and Alistar are definitely in the driver's seat in this game right now, even though it is only 6 minutes into the game. Cassiopeia with 2.4k, Gragas' 1.2k, a 100% gold advantage on that Cassiopeia. And let's see what they're doing now. Only Jungle not even deciding to waste his time clearing camps. They take the gamble on bot lane, thinking, oh, this is great. They don't have a ward in the river. They only have a ward in the Tri-Brush. Bad Milk. The CV goes down. Someone's going to die here. Oh, and the Cassiopeia ult is dodged by Bad Milk. Escapes that way. John escapes that way. Very well played from Bad Milk. Not deciding to run back to turret into that Cassiopeia ult. Just leaves safely. Rocket jumps over the Lulu and just makes it out alive. So very well played. Oh, and a lot of damage coming down up top. That is Riven going down to Tiny on Wukong. If you look at the items, actually Riven had been back. She had cloth armor and boots. She just picked up double Durans. So it does look like Wukong has a slight advantage. Riven was level 6, but Flash was on cooldown and wasn't able to use that ulti. Or Ignite, which is surprising because, I mean, he was very low on health. It could have been a 1-for-1 trade had Shreve just popped that ulti and just thrown it out with the Ignite. Blue team sees that that the purple blue is up, and removing that blue buff away from Caffeine on Gragas is going to really hurt his ability to farm. However, there is a ward in this brush. They do know. They do know it's there. Caffeine gonna find the level 4 Alistar. Ignite goes down. That might be a kill on Only Jungle. Goes very, very low. Lots of damage coming out from Bad Milk. A very good trade from Purple Team, who really reacted to that in time. Kog and Lulu were not around, so that was a very failed jungle invade. Turning into a 2-for-0 advantage, and it looks like they might be able to take Dragon off of this. Nocturne is around, only level 5. Bad Milk is around, level 6, but I think he's used his cooldowns. And Sushi is there with that Janna ulti in case things really start to go south. But it looks like Purple Team should be able to pick this up. Sushi taken very low though by that dragon. She might go down. No, she's gonna make it out of there alive. Purple Team getting very low though. Wow, I think that was a steal. I think that was a steal. I was only looking over the heads of Purple Team, and I didn't see the plus 190 gold. Yeah, Lulu got it with her, I guess her Glitter Lance, which does actually a deceptively high amount of damage, or maybe that was the health picks. Anyway, great job from the support Lulu Mooney to steal away that red buff. I think, sorry, that dragon. I think Gerard's smite was down as they just took. He did smite the blue buff in that jungle invade to take it away from the Alistair. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, so we do see a lot of damage going on to both Tiny and Riven. As mentioned, neither of these guys actually have any sustain. The Wukong has picked up the Wriggles, but no boots actually, which is sort of funny. Shreve also going for that double Duran. So if you look at the lifesteal, we have 9% lifesteal on Riven and 12% on Wukong. So very, very similar. Wow, lots of damage going on to Tiny Forever. The Nocturne gang comes in. That is going to be a kill. He didn't have boots, so there was no getting away from that gank. He popped that W immediately, but it just wasn't enough. However, only jungle is mid. Unfortunately, he is... Ooh, this is bad. He's only level 5, so he can't tank a whole lot of damage. And you saw what happened in that jungle invade. He's coming in. There is no ward in that brush for blue team. Oh wow, and a good juke from Caffeine, but I don't think it's going to be enough because, oh wow, it knocks him back into the turret. Will it be enough? A lot of damage coming out onto only jungle. Could be a kill here for Caffeine. Ooh, the headbutt pulverize comes out, the ulti goes down, and that is going to be a kill. However, Bad Milk is around. Will that pick up the kill? No, just barely surviving. Bad Milk, it looks, is going to go down. Only jungle coming back in to pick up the assist. That wasn't the greatest Janna ult, unfortunately. It kind of just knocked them into the wall and didn't get the full knockoff range off. So now, actually, the gold advantage... Oh, no, sorry. The gold advantage is still in the favor of blue team. That Dragon Steel obviously helping, and of course that 3-for-0 exchange. Doing quite well. Alistair finally caught up to level 6, 12 minutes into the game. He is behind in levels versus the Nocturne, but really with 5 assists, he is just snowballing mid lane out of control. A 4-1-1 Cassiopeia with only 52 CS, but still, she's probably the richest one in the game right now at 3.8k gold. Second to Riven and Trist, followed by Wukong. So the single strongest person in the game right now seems to be Cassiopeia. However, Purple Team does have a number of threats for themselves with the combination of Riven and Trist, who are clearly winning their lanes. A lot of damage going down onto Looney Mooney, forced to use her heal. It's not going to be enough, and they decide not to continue the dive. Wukong going low up top, and the Riven ult picks it off. I guess that was just a hard engage from the two. Kaiser Wilhelm finally getting back online. Although he did miss this in-house, so I am casting it solo. Casting solo, not the way to go, but he is at work, so... Wait, he's at work? It's like 2 AM. Anyway, back to the game. Triple Duran's being picked up on Gragas. He is now still not able to one-shot these minion waves. Not in a good spot. Wow, and only 30 MR. I didn't mean to check that earlier. Caffeine not deciding to pick up any MR blues against Cassiopeia. Oh, and Cassiopeia not either deciding to do that, which I find a little strange, especially on the guards, who he knows he's going to be punished by the magic damage Cassiopeia deals because he is melee range. It's almost impossible to, when you're range, you can just kind of stay far back and try and dodge, but when you're going up to manually last hit creeps with a melee auto attack, it's very easy for Cassiopeia to pick up that the Qs on you. Cassiopeia being spotted by this ward for purple, but they don't know if she's going up or if she's waiting in that brush because there is no brush in tri-brush. All purple team knows is that Cassiopeia is somewhere in this area. She's backing up because he doesn't want to get 3v1. They might actually pick up the first turret of the game. Dragon is down, so of course it's very easy for blue team to put all of their resources into taking down this top turret. And with this turret down, it should finally be the gold lead back for blue team, while just barely equalizing it. 18k to 18k, 15 minutes in the game. Gragas and Nocturne looks like they're heading bot. Badmilk has built up a significant advantage with Sushi, and Kog'Maw is out of mana, so with a well-placed Gragas ultimate, this could just be a free kill. The ward going down, oh, and it looks like a lot of damage coming on Lulu. Oh, and Caffeine picks up the kill, and a very nice ult knocks Lengthen just in range of him, and very well timed, as Dragon did just come up. So it looks like purple team now going to use this advantage to once again take the gold lead back in their favor. Very back and forth from these two teams. It seems somewhat random almost who is going to win the next exchange. Sushi not able to channel that ulti off, will go down. A very nice Cassiopeia ult stuns, but only jungle forced to flash over the wall. Riven takes down the Cassiopeia. Very nice job from Shri these past games, and only jungle is going to fall. So it is still going to be a dragon for purple team, and that trade was definitely in their favor. Oh, Lulu, what are you doing, buddy? Trying to go. She did successfully steal dragon last fight, but when you flash over with no escapes and no one around to help you, that is straight man mode. No questions asked. Meanwhile, Tiny Forever on Wukong, he does have that attack speed off of his E, and his Q, it does reset his auto attack, so he's able to take down turrets very quickly. Seems he just pushed a wave, not even a cannon minion wave, just pushed a normal wave all the way up to that turret and took it down to less than half health. So very good job from Wukong, knowing that there was no way they could contest the dragon and deciding instead just to continue to push. While that Riven went down. Riven did pick up a kill, so I think it did sort of go in favor of her. However, still the right call, if you're not going to follow, to just hit that switch and say, time to push. So we'll see what blue team can do now. Of course, Nocturne is going to be doing a ton of damage in team fights, whereas Alistar is more of a support build. With that GP5 and the mobility boost, it looks like he's going to build a Triforce. And I think really this game is going to come down to how hard can that cast carry. Because it's almost as if purple has the advantage. Oh, a nice headbutt on Ribbon, but there's no one around. I thought maybe Cass would be coming up to capitalize on that. But if you look at the vision, it looks like purple team does have the dominant kind of... Oh no, both of them just have 2 wards around the dragon area. So I think purple team's bot lane is quite safe from these Alistar Cassiopeia ganks. They did successfully, very nicely get out of one of Cassiopeia's ganks earlier. But we'll see how this game sort of turns out. Both teams can do a very good job of initiating. It's not one of those teams where you have maybe like an Udyr jungle or something who's not the best initiator in the world, does a lot of damage, can tank very well, but can't really initiate. Both Nocturne and Wukong, very strong initiation. Alistar, of course, pop that Shirelles and just run into their team, cast like a bowling ball. You know you're probably not going to go down because of your ulti. You just put out a lot of CC. So team fights, when people finally start grouping, Oh, Gerard going in onto the Cassiopeia. The ulti goes down. He didn't have his spell shield, however, a very nice ulti from Caffeine knocks Cassiopeia back into the fight. She's not able to get away, and very good bait from Sushi. Nocturne and Gragas waiting right here in that rush, waiting for some action to happen, and it looks like Purple Team might be able to take down this turret. Nocturne, of course, with a lot of AD and AS just from his kit, and actually Gragas also has an AD steroid in his W, so they're just able to quickly take down that turret. Looks like they're looking for blue, which did it just go down? I think it's coming up soon, within the minute. Wukong going to be caught by no one. The tornado misses. Nocturne is heading around. I don't know about this. They're looking for a dive against a Wukong. He's able to get the ulti. Doesn't get the ulti off. His ulti's down, in fact. He only has Ignite. And there's the kill from Shreve using that ulti on Ribbon, which of course deals more damage the lower the player is on health. And that Wukong was sitting at next to nothing. So, very nice kill from Shreve. Is now sitting at 5-1-1, clearly winning the lane with a little bit of help from the jungler, but really just very good trades coming out. Bad Milk is spotted. There was a ward down in that brush, so he wasn't. I think he was probably going to try some kind of funny, you know, like W-E-R Ignite combo that Trists love to do in lane stage. A lot of Magic Burst, as we saw earlier, able to pick up a couple kills. But Looney Mooney going very aggressive onto Trist, and I think just zoning him away from the CS. So in terms of CS, we have 128 on Tristana, who's managed to pick up the Infinity Edge. Kog'Maw at only 104 they have similar amounts of gold in their inventory. However, Trist does have about a 1,500 gold lead, so very much winning this lane. However, all of Purple Team looks like they're coming down for another gank. Is Nocturne able to get the ulti off and the flare? A flash coming out from Caffeine to get in range. And the flash from Lantern isn't enough. Is it enough? Is it enough? Where's the Nocturne ult? The Nocturne ult is down, but it doesn't even matter. The Q is enough, and the Cassiopeia ult unfortunately missing. However, Alistair is there to pick up the kill on Caffeine. A nice Janna Tornado. She has an Oracle that she wants to hold on to, and she does that by knocking up both the Cassiopeia and the Alistair as they were making their way away. Dragon should be coming up soon, so you might see Purple Team again trying to kind of position for it. They have picked up one dragon, almost picking up the first dragon, but Lulu did a very good job of stealing it. However, once Caffeine respawns and makes his way down, it looks like they're all positioning to maybe take that dragon. Wukong, of course, just going into push mode again, and is probably going to be able to take this turret because he did get it very low during the last dragon attempt. However, Purple Team Shreve signaling for Caffeine to go defend that turret. So the rest of Purple Team, wow, they find Alistair. A nice Lulu all knocks him back. I don't think it's going to be enough. No, the Ribbon and Nocturne just too much damage. And now, oh no, Bad Milk, you knocked him out of the Nocturne. Doesn't matter. There's still enough damage to pick up the kill. Oh wow, and Caffeine actually taking Wukong down during this fight. I don't know what that was. I think it was the ult Ignite combo, which would of course do a lot of damage on the Tiny, who did use his ulti, but it wasn't enough. And Purple Team, meanwhile, picking up a uncontested dragon, building up a nice 7k gold lead. They have a 10 kill advantage. So even though Blue Team has done a decent job of pushing, actually Purple I think has a turret advantage on them. I'd say it's still a close fight. They're not really fighting 5v5 at the moment, and they're not really making use of the power of that Cassiopeia ult. So we'll see how we'll see how things work out. I think Trist clearly the AD carry to Fear right now, not Kog'Maw. Soon to finish that Phantom Dancer, about 600 gold away. Whereas Kog'Maw still struggling to even finish that IE. He's a good 40 CS behind, doesn't have any kills, only 2 assists, and of course his team doesn't have the dragon advantage or the turret advantage, so he is falling very far behind. Tristana instead deciding to pick up a quick green pot, which of course gives similar stats to a Phantom Dancer. Once you already have the Zeal, only it costs 250 gold instead of 1600 gold. Caffeine and Nocturne, played by Gerard and Shreve all around. There is a ward in that brush. Shreve has to be careful. However, she is level 15. I don't think that means she can 4v1 at the moment, so she does have to be careful. A nice barrel coming out from Caffeine. Blue team doesn't have any sustain at the moment other than that somewhat weak Alistair heal, which is only level... Oh, it is level 4. He's maxing that before W. So she gets hit by a couple of Bio-Arcane barrages off of Kog'Maw, but doesn't go down even below half health. Does want to play a little bit passive. One Cassiopeia, as we saw in that last fight, and she can go down very quickly. And of course she does have that Oracles, which would be a real shame if she lost a second one. We'll see, which team really has the initiate potential. I think 25 minutes into the game, either team can pick up a Baron. Mr. Sushi clearing the vision out for blue team. We'll see how this goes. Both teams, as mentioned, have very strong initiate potential. So if a team wants to force a fight, especially with that mobility boots, Alistair sort of behind the other team. Cassiopeia, however, is falling back and is low on mana. I don't think it's the wisest decision to fight this. They just want to maybe clear the vision, get those wards down, put down some wards of their own, and maybe posture for a Baron. It seems both teams actually blind on Baron right now. So really, if you're not there to kind of scout it out for yourself, you could be in trouble. Unfortunately, blue team doesn't have any wards in the other jungle, so they didn't see that the Gragas and the Janna had just backed. A ward going over the wall for blue team. It probably will get cleared by that Janna. And they are waiting for the right moment to make the initiate. Gragas burping down some of that breath. He's sitting at 381 AP with a cap, cages, Rabadons, wow, to 202 AP. Wow, some nice damage coming out from Gerard. The Gragas ult not used. Shurelya's Reverie is popped. Blue team looking like they might want to make an engage. I think purple team also could have engaged on that with the Gragas ulti. Cassiopeia was very far forward and split from the rest of her team. However, maybe Gragas wanting to use that knockback as sort of a counter initiate. Maybe relying instead on Nocturne to make the initiate for his team. Blue buff is up though for purple team, and it looks like Gragas is going to pick it up. Cassiopeia going to pick up her team's blue buff. These champions are both very mana hungry, and Gragas is also relatively cooldown reliant. He wants to throw out those Qs because if you're just poking, really Qs are all you can throw out on Gragas. You don't want to use your body slam, and you don't want to use your ulti. Some pings coming out for Baron for purple team. Not quite sure if they maybe just want to start it. It looks like they will in fact be starting it. They know that blue team has no vision. I think maybe they just saw Alistair go bot. So this could be a free Baron for purple team. The CV goes down though. Are they going to initiate this team fight? Baron sitting at just 2,000 health. They're gonna have to make a move now. They give up on Baron. Oh no. Only jungle actually sees Baron at 2,000. Doesn't decide to fight it. 5 people on purple team managed to catch Tiny. He will go down to that Ribbon ult. Earlier, Lengthen on Kog'Maw was able to... The Cassiopeia ult goes down, but it is not. And Baron is still sitting at just 2,000 health. A good Lulu ult, able to keep up the cast. Bad Milk goes down. The Lulu goes down. A late Alistair ult, I'd say. Cassiopeia is still alive, but tons of damage coming out on a Caffeine from just one Cassiopeia E. A nice key burst from Ribbon, able to get her low. She doesn't... Oh, and she flashes away from the Q and the E. Very nice. Gets in range. She didn't have her ulti, but it didn't matter. 4 people on purple team sitting very low. If only blue team had a Ribbon, that would have been a quadra kill with one, I believe it's Broken Wings? No, Blade of the Exile. No, what's the second one? Wind Slash. Oh, Broken Wings. Yeah, Broken Wings is the Q. Wind Slash is the... Okay. Riven has like 50 ability names because her ulti has 2 components, sort of like Lee Sin. You have to memorize not only Safeguard, but Iron Will. Anyway, so a fight that was clearly in the favor of Purple Team. I think a lot of that just came down to the fact that the Cog mod blew up very quickly. But that was kind of a haphazard fight. I mean, Purple Team got Baron all the way down to 2,000 health, and then backed off, and then Wukong went in and saw it was at 2,000 health, but Blue Team was not around to work on it. Unfortunately, Bad Milk is down farming Bob, while 3 people, wow, that Greg Assault just obliterating the support and solo top of Blue Team, and I don't think they're going to want to try and continue to fight that. Riven making her moves, going in on Looney Mooney, and a decent Cassiopeia ult, but it's not enough. She does go down. Alistair using that ulti very late. Bad Milk, another less than perfect ulti, knocks him away to safety. It looks like Purple Team is just going to want to push right now. Gerard is going up to Baron, but I don't think the team is going to want to follow him. They want to get some free turrets while they can. Wow, and Riven doing a lot of damage here. Caffeine one-shotting the Kog'Maw, I believe, with his Q and his ulti. There's no way he just one-shot him with nothing but the ulti. But he has a ton of damage, and he's building that DFG, just totally building to one-shot people. Oh, wow, and the E from Tristana or the Ignite, able to pick up the kill on Lulu. That is a 5-for-0 exchange. Purple Team definitely going to be able to get this inhib and might even push for a turret, or they might back. Cassiopeia is up. They might also just turn around and go for Baron. A ping coming out into this brush, either saying there's a ward there, which there isn't, or let's wait here and bait them. Caffeine is going to start spamming those spells out to maybe get some health back, but no, he's going to decide to just go back. Bad Milk takes the time to go for the enemy team's red buff. Dragon is up, but no, it looks like they are going to go for this Baron. I don't think there's anything Blue Team can do to stop it. They're just so far away. Cassiopeia went bot instead of heading over to Baron. It looks like they're just going to give it up and maybe hope that they can stop Purple Team from making a big push. 31 minutes into the game, Baron does go down. It's going to be respawning at 38 minutes if the game goes that long. However, like many other games we've seen so far in these Reddit 5s, it's even for a significant amount of time, and then one team just starts slipping up. The other team kind of just uses that advantage. I think for Blue Team, they have such a strong initiate centric team, but they didn't really use it. They were always getting caught off 1 or 2 people. That Gragas ulti is obviously very strong if you let him use it comfortably as an initiate. So a very good job from Purple Team to really clean up the stragglers and everything on Blue when they get out of position. Tristana attacking so fast when she pops that Q steroid. Even without it active, she has 1.6 AS. And I believe it's a 90% attack speed steroid at level 5. Yeah, 90% for 7 seconds. That is going to be a significant amount of damage coming off of the Tristana, who it looks like she's going for a last whisper. If you look at the armor on Blue Team, oh wow, the initiate comes down. A nice Gragas ulti throws Lengthen back into the mix, but he's going to keep running. He's not going to... Oh, and it looks like he gets caught. Wow, just so much damage coming off of these Gragas barrels. He kind of hesitated and tried to make it back over to Wukong, and instead just got picked off. So a great job from Purple once again. I think they were going for that dragon. Blue Team was going for that dragon, and Purple stopped by, said, we can win a fight, no problem, and picked them up. Cassiopeia looks also getting caught. A nice ulti, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop it. Flashes over the wall, putting down some damage on Sushi. There is a ward in that brush. They have vision, and Flowers is going to go down. Shreve using the ult, not able to pick up a kill or an assist because Nocturne is just doing so much damage, takes him down so fast. Cog just struggling to pick up that IE. Chana says, like my Negatron, 154 MR, 2,300 health, and obviously her shield giving her around 300 extra health. That looks like it will be. Shreve just Caffeine just obliterating Lenten on the 80 carry. There's the sort of ulti we wanted to see from Wukong, but it's too little too late. And that is going to be game over. Purple team just such a dominant force this game.
I'll drink you under the table, scrub.
Ooh, I love that.
Victory.
So just as a little bit of post-match, I wish there was some sort of timeline feature available in the post-game where you could kind of see, you know, like a graph of the gold, because what you'd see is two teams just kind of, you know, I'll use Photoshop for this for a little Got Milk post-game analysis. But what you'd see is, let's see, what teams do we have? We have blue and we have purple. What you would see is blue team, purple team, and they were actually no, I think it's a little closer like this. So you saw little bursts of advantages for one team or the other. So you know, this is that kill, that first blood. This is that double kill. This is the dragon. This is, you know, and so on and so forth. And then what you saw is that midway through the game, blue team just wasn't able to group up effectively, and they just started, you know, being completely zoned out from all their minion waves, while purple team got picked up, you know, kill after baron after dragon after turret after objective, and blue team just wasn't able to hold on to that advantage that they, or at least the neck and neck kind of gold kills, whatever turrets that they had early game. And you know, sort of around mid game when purple team started grouping up, it just became very clear that they were the dominant force. Shreve on Riven up solo top did a very good job of shutting down the Wukong, who went 1-7 that game. Really just snowballed that lane, and yeah, just really around the mid game, I'd say, I want to say about 24-25 minutes into the game, able to just capitalize on their advantage. They had huge initiates coming out from the Gragas, the Nocturne, and the Riven, just able to pick up so much damage. Bad Milk on Tristana with that IEPD Green Pot and Pickaxe, almost a Last Whisper, just able to sit back, attack at around 2 attacks per second from huge amounts of range. And there was just nothing that that blue team could do to kind of, you know, stop them. Only Jungle did a very nice job feeding that Cassiopeia early on. Unfortunately, with the coordination that purple team had, and with that strong initiate, she wasn't actually able to really make use of her early game lead. She was able to pick up some nice kills, and I think really around the time things started to go bad for them was when, you know, the first time you really saw purple team have a play that went in their favor was when Cassiopeia, Alistar, and you know, Cassiopeia and Alistar ganked bot. The Cassiopeia ult missed. Tristana rocket jumped towards the blue base and ran the long way around, and Janna was just able to flash out. And that was when you see, you know, maybe this sort of Alistar jungle early game snowball isn't going to be so effective. And from that point on, you know, it was just kind of heading in purple team's favor. So, you know, all in all, I think that was a very interesting game to watch. Once again, like so many other games we have here at Reddit in-house 5s, a little bit of a skill mismatch up between some of the lanes, but still very interesting to watch. Very good play from the players, and hopefully, you know, we're gonna get that 50-minute, you know, I don't know, Baron fight, Dragon fight, Beasts race, whatever. Until then, I'm gonna have a blast casting these games, and I'm going to slap the Got Milk GG WP on this game. Well played to both players, and great job, purple team, picking up the victory. Peace.